Welcome to another edition of the Spotlight Series, where the spotlight shines bright on the creatives who light up our world. Today, we are shining the spotlight on Lucy Ogodo. She is the founder of Tomorrow is a Girls Initiative. She also established a fashion home called Ray Fashion Home, a world-class fashion home. She also has expertise in leadership and politics. Lucy Ogodo, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Before I got to know about you, I just posted on my status that I wanted to interview a lady. I've been interviewing guys, since I started the spotlight, and I wanted to interview a lady. Then somebody replied me, that's Barrister Awo. Shout out to Barrister Awo. He said, I need to interview you. You're doing something marvelous in your own space. Only you entrepreneurship, only you leadership, only you encompassed a whole lot of things. And you're doing a whole lot. Let's start from the beginning. Let's know you for who you are. Who is Lucy Ogodo?
All right. Thank you so much. I actually am honored to be here. And the truth is that what sparks me and then it gets me worried when I hear things like we've been having struggles finding ladies doing well in this and that. I don't actually want to be this spotlight lady that is like one in a million doing a lot of things. I actually look forward to a world where when we want to look at ladies who are doing amazingly well, and there are hundreds of them. That's actually the world I see, the vision that I see. So my name is Uzodinma Lucy Ogodo, and I'm a medical laboratory scientist and a public health specialist. I'm very passionate about girl child. I grew up being very passionate about girl child. So I hate to see where a girl is treated badly. It pains my heart when a girl is, treated badly. So I'm very passionate about girl child health, rights, education, and women empowerment. And then also I run a fashion brand because I'm somebody that I don't like to talk so much. I love to act more. So I've lived almost all my life telling girls this is possible, this is possible. So I had to put more of the things I say into action. I had to do something, right? So, and I am an advocate for girls empowerment and entrepreneurship. So I had to, take the bold step. Let me do something. Let me lead a way for these girls. Let it not just be I'm inspiring you to do this. Let me act. So that's how I started Rare Fashion Brand, which I built from the scratch and to where we are today. And also, I'm passionate about leadership. I love where things work. I believe that with good governance, we can actually progress as a people. So I'm a political activist to say as well. So yeah, that's me.
We have. I don't know how to explain it, but we have three and one in the studio today. So let's talk about you just spoke about how passionate you are about the girl child. Let's talk about the NGO that you founded. That's
Yeah.
Tomorrow is a Girl. What sparked about that passion towards empowering the girl
The
child?
girl child. Okay, so I actually lived most of my childhood days wishing I was a boy. Like there are so many things. I grew up being very close to my dad, and I love my dad so much, and he loves me swear, but he always used to wish I'm a boy. Like he wished I was a boy. So I grew up dressing like a boy. I want to, wear sports tires, follow my dad to jogging. I just wish I was a boy because my dad always wished I was one. So he wants to discuss politics with me. He wants to discuss a lot of things with me, but then I'm a girl, and so he will stop halfway and be like, "But you're a girl, you don't need all this information." So I kept wishing I was a boy. So, but then as I was progressing early in my life, I was progressing. I never knew there would be a time that the reason that I'm a girl would be the reason why I won't be allowed to progress to go as far as I wanted to go. But a lot of things is as my world came crumbling when I said, I wanted to go this far. I wanted to leave the country. I want to do this and I want to do that. And I got to hear from, my community and my family that, you're a girl. We can't allow you to go that far. You somebody that will be married off tomorrow. So you can't dream that big. So I felt so bad. And then I'm seeing my brother, being supported to go
Fantastic.
as far as
Yes,
he
you
wants to,
can
even
do.
encouraged to even go and make the family proud. Go, go, go. You're bearing the family name. So I kept wishing, could this be me really? Like, I wish I was the one. So all of that, I knew my family loved me, but then this is a society thing. This is a mindset, right? So I grew up with that mindset around me, and I just grew up finding a way. I can't change my sex. So I just have to find the way to be okay on my own skin, to find my own strength. So I actually made up that name from the thoughts of things that are going around me. I say, people may not believe in the girl child today, but tomorrow is a girl. That's how the name came about. So that's how I founded Tomorrow is a Girl initiative. So we are first devoted into helping young girls to actually realize there are more to them than just growing up and getting married and all of that, helping them to dream and pursue their dream no matter what society is saying. And we've met a lot of stumbling blocks at Tomorrow is a Girl initiative, because I've been to a place where I was supposed to talk to young girls, and before I started, I just asked, how many of you here, it was a World Health Program, and I was like, they would want to give a scholarship to some of you. How many of you here would you be sent abroad for tech, and you come back, you become big girls, in tech? How many of you here want to go? Let your brother come and replace you in this opportunity. This was at Ugwashara, and a lot of the girls raised up their hands.
Would have preferred their
Yes, they would prefer to go and bring their brother. Their brother replace them because I mentioned abroad. Do you understand? I've tried this with mothers, the result was the same thing. I've tried this with young girls, the result was the same thing. I've tried this with fathers, the result was the same thing.
So the mindset is that they prefer that.
Let the boy go. He's the one representing our family. Even the girl wants to tell you, let my brother go. He's representing my family. Whether I deserve it or not, I feel my brother will be in a better position to make use of that opportunity. So this kind of mindset that we want to begin to see more in yourself. Some girls who willingly want to take second. They don't want to be the spotlight. They don't want to be the top, because everybody will be looking at you. Yeah, you shouldn't be looking. I've heard a lot of this from even people who are learned. They'll tell you, shrink yourself a bit. You don't need to buy a car. You don't need to do this. Yeah, girl, just so that you won't scare people away. Stuff like that. So these are the things that we try to first of all combat as an organization, while also addressing the major issues that fixed young girls.
Yeah. That's amazing. You're doing amazingly well. Before I had you in the studio, I looked at some of the things you're doing and I was wow. Especially looking at the fact that you're doing this like that. But we'll get to that. Let's talk about how you have balanced being an entrepreneur. You just talked about how you own a fashion house.
Yeah.
You also do this NGO thing.
Yeah.
You're also, you're also doing your masters. The other day I saw that you are in Abuja doing politics. Have you balanced all these things? Have you been able to balance this thing? Let me say, I know you will not like this. Even being a girl.
Okay. Yeah. So to be honest, it's not easy. Most times I see myself just juggling from one thing to the other. But that's what makes it interesting for me. I'm the kind of person that likes to be involved in a lot of things. And I feel like I don't know how long I have in this world. So I just want to go all out, explore. So I'm this kind of person that explores. So while I was in School of Politics, people didn't even know I was doing my master's and then I was in School of Politics at the same time. So I said, I just graduated from School of Politics and then I'm preparing for my master's. Somebody say, you were doing masters too? And you're School of Politics. But really, it didn't come to me like stress. It really came to me like living my life full time. In case today God just say I should come, I'll say, God, at least I've enjoyed my life. I did all the things I really wanted to do. I didn't have to wait, So how am I able to balance? One thing you also didn't mention is that I run a YouTube channel with my sisters, Ogodo sisters, and we are all about love. We go all out to show family members love. Exactly. So I'm still able to maintain this balance, even my family, to show my family love and all of that. Yesterday I had a speaking engagement, but I was there and I was like, today is my dad's birthday and I'm arranging a surprise for him and I need to go there at so time. So I was telling the organizer, please, I will leave your program at this time because I need this time with my family. So I try as much as possible to balance it all out. But when I can't really, I just prioritize what's most important at the point, because really I'm also one person. I can just do as much as one person can do. Yeah.
That's interesting. I know for you there should be barriers, especially looking towards your NGO, trying to organize these girls. I know where you work. I've seen some of the works that you do, and it's mostly in the rural areas. What has been your significant barrier towards empowering these girls to do?
All right. So First of all, I like to say that when I started my NGO, it was really difficult because I was using my pocket money. I was a student then, so I was using my pocket money to run a lot of things, like small pocket money, but then we'll use it transport. And then I was gingering a lot of people to believe in my dream. Tomorrow is a girl. So when this group of people come together, we just transport up, contribute money. We are all students, transport ourselves, go talk to young girls and all of that. But I just knew that for me to sustain this thing, I needed a source of income. So that was also why I say I must establish this my fashion brand. So my fashion home it was actually funding Tomorrow is a Girl for years. You know, my organization is like 8 years. So it was the money I was making from my fashion home was funding the organization, and it wasn't easy. And even now it's not easy because money, like finance, is the barrier. You might have the big dreams, the things you want to do, but you have limited finance. And because there is problem everywhere, there are lots of people who need this aid. So finance is the biggest barrier. But then God has been helping us, and currently, I don't know if you know, but my organization has a partnership with the United Nations. So
I know.
yeah,
I did my homework.
so United Nations actually identified us and saw us and saw what we do. And then they decided to start funding our project, and that's actually a big milestone for us. And currently too, we have other funders who support our programs. So as I said, God has been helping us. The major barriers we faced has been finance, and we are still facing because of the current situation of Nigerian economy. No matter how much funds you get, it's also not enough for you to actually do what you intend to do. So the greatest challenge we face is finance, but we've been out there sourcing funds, and people have been supporting us. A lot of people out there has funded our project, and they're the reason why we keep doing what we are doing and keep identifying these girls and keep helping them. Another challenge we faced is mindset. So the programs we do, we don't just go to implement program. We want to change the mindset of these people because it's not easy. I've gone to a community where they chased us away. Me and my team, they chased us. They say we wanted to spoil their culture. When we came to say no FGM, they chased us, poured us, threw us stone. It was in the market, so we had to run for our lives. I've also done a program we did with primary healthcare that they did I did it with primary healthcare and then Young Medical Laboratory Scientists Association. So they collected samples for girls and did testing and screening for hepatitis B. It was on World Health Day, one of the World Health Day. And one of the parents, even though they signed consent, we give them consent. We don't just do programs without parents consenting. So they consented to this, but they came back to arrest me that I should provide the sample of the blood of their child that I took, as if I was the money richer with the blood. I said, I don't touch your child's blood though. It was the doctors that did it. They said we should go and bring the child's blood. They said they have discarded it. The parents say they don't want to hear. You understand? So the mindset is not yet developed to that point, but we will just keep trying to educate them before we do our program so that they can give us all the support we need. We'll be patient with them.
What I wanted to ask you next is how can you address these challenges? But I think you have touched on that.
All right.
From finance, you talked about how NGOs are so. The NGOs that organizations
yes.
like the UN and support. You also talked about how educating these girls to change this mindset. That's interesting. You're doing good work. Can you share a successful story of any program you have done so far, or you have led so far in your NGO, so that you can encourage anybody that is watching?
Honestly, there has been a lot of success. I think the first success we ever recorded as an organization was in 2018 when we partnered with Norfolk. I was still very small then. I was in the university. So we went to Norfolk, we talked with them, we were begging them, see, we want to screen girls in the university, we want to educate them about cervical cancer and breast cancer, then carry out screening. So it was looking very big, ambiguous, and something that we couldn't achieve. But I and my team were going office to office, begging people to support, and we were able to put this through. And this screening, it covered up to more than 200 girls from the university. Then we are screened of cervical cancer. And after that screening, they gave us a list of some of the, the positives and the issues, some issues. It was around 50-something percent, So, and these certain persons were called, invited to the hospital, they were followed up. We followed up to make sure that every single one of them got treatment, as required. So for me, I was like, if you small me like this, small us like this, small thing like this that we wanted to do, a lot of those girls called to say, thank you so much, this, that, and all of that. So that was the first success we recorded as an organization. But we've recorded it much more because 8 years is a very long time. So we've recorded a lot of success over the years, and some of the programs that we've done that I think for me that stands out, that is really very successful, was the program we do on female genital mutilation, which used to be the prevalence rates used to be so high in some of the communities where we picked to work. But by the time we were done implementing this system transformative approach that we designed by ourselves, and we started seeing the reports, seeing survivors leading the movement, and then seeing people who have already registered to be mutilated coming back to lead movement and say no female genital, it was really impressive for us, and for me it was life-changing. I was really happy because I get really sad each time people our surveillance team call and say a girl has just been mutilated, and you go there, a girl is full of blood, and the family would deny that it wasn't mutilation because they don't want the law to come after them all of that. So but it gets really sad for me because this girl's life has been changed forever. Nothing you can do can even correct this. It has done, it is done, and she has to now face every consequences that come afterwards. So that for me, the program we do on female genital mutilation is a pressing one, and one that is also close to my heart. But I believe that we've also recorded a lot of success, because last year we were checking our records and we have up to 571,000 individuals who actually subscribed to join the movement of Ogodo to end female genital mutilation through our awareness. In this our small boy state, 571,000 is a lot of persons to join your movement. So if we've identified with these people, and these a number of persons are saying we support what you do and will help in raising the awareness, that's a lot of success story for us.
A whole lot of success story, a whole lot. Like you just said, you mentioned that this our small Igbo state. But let's talk about Ebonyi. Ebonyi as a state, especially Ebonyi as a state, you can say that we are not as developed as maybe the neighboring state. And I know you work with most people that are I've checked your works. Most people you work with are those in the villages, in the rural areas. I personally, this one is personally want to know how you're able to pull that off. Going to these rural areas, some of these girls are not educated. Some of them have not even heard of some of the things you're telling them. Have you been able to go into these villages, get them interested? Have you been able to pull this off?
It's not been easy, honestly. I won't lie to you. In fact, there are some people who give up. They want to work with Tomorrow is a Girl, and one outreach, you give up. You don't want to do it again. Yeah. Because if I tell you the number of communities that are no motorable in this Ebonyi, you won't believe it. But I will tell you, and it's a fact, right? So we'll go to these communities, and the roads, you can't even go there with keke. You need to use bike. I've entered bike, and by the time we ran for almost 2 hours, my whole life suspending me and all of that. So it's not easy. But then what principle we have in our organization is leaving no one behind. I mean, I drive joy doing it, so I'm not bothered. So most times go to the community, I have to spell is and was. These girls cannot even communicate, they can't write, but they're in school. Oh. Some of them are in school. They'll tell you I'm in SS2, but is and was, you don't study spell. I want to tell you pair educators, you tell me spell pair. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, So it's a lot. But if you see some of, if you follow our this thing, you see, we always calm down. Sometimes we sit on the floor with them and to make sure the message is passed. If I have to speak about Abakaliki, well, they will understand what I'm saying. The most important thing is the message. Is it delivered? Do they get these things? And can they push? I even encourage them. As far as you understand what we are saying, we want you to even communicate in your language. You don't have to force the English. The English should be entering small, because what we also try to do is to get back out of school girls to school. We have a target this year to bring back 150 out of school girls. Bring them back to school, taking 22 back to school. I know the year is running out, but I know that we will do our 150. God will help us, and we will complete our target of 150 and surpass, So we want to bring them back to school. At least let them the basics. Secondary school, somebody will tell you they don't have the money to even school uniform, and you will be saying it is a reality. They are struggling to eat. Let's talk of school uniform, but the problem is, even if they have the money, they will prioritize. Let me send my boy. I'll send my girl. Yeah. So my girl should just stay and get married. So we say we don't want this, and as an organization, we cannot just tell them it's a must to send your girl to school. We will support. If you say you don't have the money, we will support the girl to go to school. But our goal is to make sure that 150 girls go back to school this year.
Yeah, you're doing well. So let's you work with a lot of girls.
Yes.
And I know that there are some obstacles that these girls face. For instance, there's an obstacle of self-doubt. There are societal expectations that maybe a girl is expected to be in the kitchen, some kind of stuff like that. The girl is not supposed to go to school. The girl is supposed to do this and not do that. How do you help these girls? How do you help them change this mindset, to overcome these obstacles that they have as girls in this time?
Okay, so I think that if you ask me, I think every girl who is born and bred in this Ebonyi state just grew up with this mindset. But those of us who have got, you have to liberate. Anyway, let me not just generalize, but I know that there was a time I had that self-doubt. I know that it was a step, it was a process for me to overcome that doubt and become who I am today. So I just want to replicate what I have done to myself in these girls.
Yes.
So in my organization, we have what we call advocates for expression. So it also contains life skills and competency domain. We teach these girls how negotiation skills. We teach them refusal skills. We teach them a lot of life skills. We take our time and train these girls. We always give ourselves like 6 months training. Back to back, we are training these girls on like, by the time we are done, these girls that when you are talking to them, they are looking down. They will stand in front of their kings and be doing advocacy. And I'm usually impressed because you will see where you started from where you stopped. This girl don't used to talk before. Even if you ask question, before she will talk, But then, after the trainings, you now tell her, we used to give them tasks. Go and advocate to your king. Tell him what girls in your community are facing. They will go stand in front of the king.
Wow.
If you see the pictures, you'll be like, is it the same person? You can look a king. The difference is just the mindset, what you've been taught. So we have competency domains and life skills that are contained in our advocate for expression, which we use to train these girls and change all of this self-doubt, esteem, and all of that, which is something that I said I've been there. So it's not new to me. So just want to replicate what I've done to myself.
Experience to other girls. Let me ask you this question. Do you have men or boys that support?
Exactly.
This
So
course?
Our course will not even be complete. In fact, we won't even achieve results. In fact, we won't be where we are without the support of men and boys. Somebody even told me the they say every day, girl. If you don't do anything about boys. You see, the problem is that if you follow us to community, you'll be wondering, boys are shouting tomorrow is a girl. Are you doing for girls or doing for boys? Because most of our programs are even boys and men. So last year we decided everything we are doing, we have to bring these people. They are the key, and we start getting results the moment we start bringing boys and girls into our programs. Before, it's the women that will tell you, no, you want to spoil our community. No, why can't you tell us to stop FGM? The moment the boys and the men start taking the lead in our movement, the women start coming around because you cannot deny it. The men are seen as the decision makers. They are the ones that decide what their family, they are the ones that dictate what happens in the community. So if they're on your side on this, they can use that their influence for a positive result in their community. So we engage traditional rulers, we engage fathers, like extensively. This year we're adding boys to our advocates for expression because they are all adolescents as well.
Yeah.
So now if we're changing the mindset of a girl and we're trying to build all of this around her, she's going to have boyfriend from that community, and this is, you cannot really get full hold of all of this. So if we're doing, well, as I said, system transformative approach is when everybody hold hands together, both boys, men, girls, to create, at the end of the day, what our goal is to create a sustainable environment where a girl child can thrive. And we can't do that if we don't train the boys to stop smoking, to stop taking marijuana and all of that. If we don't train our boys to also be education focused and to support a girl child cannot thrive. If we don't train the men to see value in a girl child and believe in her, a girl child cannot thrive. After everything you've trained her, she come home and they're telling me all these negative things, she can't thrive. So we just encompass everybody in what we are doing, including the men and boys, to get positive results.
That's interesting because I also have the strong opinion that for for the community or the nation or for the girl child to thrive, you need the boy child or to have also the same mindset because it's something that making these girl children like have a positive or right mindset, then they are going back
Exactly.
to meet a boy child
Exactly.
that is not, that doesn't have this
The same
the same
values.
values
Yes.
exactly.
A girl has come up before and she told me it was a survival network. She told me she paid so amount of money for her to get mutilated.
Mm.
Yes, sir. Why? Say that because the boys in her class and girls in her class are making jest of her. She did that thing, she mutilated herself so that she will look good for a boy. So imagine a situation whereby a boy is telling you no mutilation.
Don't do
Won't
this. Yes.
do you get?
Yes.
Won't it make girls now feel okay? I'm okay. I'm fine the way I am, and even. So even though we are also teaching these girls, it's not about what people think. Really, it's about what's best for you. So you don't have to focus on what the society says is best. Just what's really best for you.
Where do you see yourself? I know this is a cliche kind of question, but what changes would you like to see in the next 5 to 10 years regarding girls' empowerment, and how can you collectively work towards it?
Honestly, I think I also mentioned that before I started. I said I just want a situation whereby I don't say something and I'm looked at like somebody that is special. I don't achieve a little thing and I look like someone that is too special. People come to my fashion brand and are like, yeah, you're just a girl. I don't like it, really. Like, you're just a girl. I don't like it. I want it to be a normal thing that girls succeed in a born state and everywhere in Africa. I want girls, let's not be surprising that a girl is able to, maintain good grades and achieve this, achieve that, become this and lead that. Let's not be something that will make so much noise in the news because a girl did this, a girl did that. Because guys do it every time and nobody makes it's not a big deal really. So I just want to see a world where a lot of girls are succeeding, so much so that you don't even now spotlight just the few ones. So I don't want to be the only girl in a banner. There are so many speaking engagements. The last one I had, you'll be the only girl in the speakers. We just want so many other girls also doing the same thing. So I see growing a lot of more girls in the voice, drawing them out from that mindset to becoming girls who are actually going to contribute positively to the advancement of Ebonyi State. And I will also drop this. If you see the words, I've done a lot of comparison. And even though somebody might say it's not related, but I will tell you this for free, it's actually related. Any society you see that have actually grown past this gender thing, and have actually really empowered their women, they are the ones that are on top. Why the societies, the developing countries are the ones still struggling with this whole gender thing, really? Societies who have understood this thing, empower their women. There's something about women and there's something about men. We all need each other in this world for our world to develop and for us to thrive. So what you have, what I have, bring it on the table. We'll have a good world. But whenever it is not balanced, where you're just the one there, you cannot see from my perspective. And you certainly can't even make the right decisions when it has to do with me. So I have to be able to be in a table where decisions that affect me is being made. So these are the things when girls are saying they want 50% participation or this amount of participation and all of that. We shouldn't even be hearing these conversations. We should understand as a word that we need this balance. So if I'm employing this, I need the balance in my organization. The responsibility that boys bring, the responsibility that girls bring. I won't even say because for tomorrow is a girl, all of my employees will be girls. Yes. No, I have boys, and they bring wonderful perspective and we progress. So we've seen these things work everywhere, all over the world. I'm just begging countries like mine, states like mine, to prioritize giving the girl child opportunity. And even when they don't want to come up, drag them on. Because we've lived so much in this mindset that is boys' thing, politics, boys' thing, this one, boys' thing. Me, when they see me shouting politics, they say, are you sure? Do you know you're a girl? You shouldn't be making this level on. I say, why won't I? I'm paying tax. Why won't I make noise about who needs me? Like, what are you saying? Because I'm a girl. She they whine me, So that's just it. I just want to see that kind of world, really. Yeah, and I hope we will achieve that very soon. Yeah.
So before we go today, what message or advice would you give to girls around the world who are aspiring to become leaders and change makers?
Okay, I just want to say that everything you've ever dreamt of, that thing you've ever thought of and it made you smile is possible. It's very possible. I live in a world of unending possibilities, and I just want to tell you that I've met girls who have done these things, who have dreamed this and who have achieved it. Me too, my little dreams that I have, I'm achieving them one after the other. And even if I don't achieve them today, I will achieve them tomorrow because I'll keep showing up and I'm not giving up anytime soon. I do believe that every girl is a star. I'm sorry, no offense.
It's not wrong.
I believe that every single girl on the surface of the earth is a star. You either let your star shine or you keep hiding. But whether you hide, whether you accept it or not, I just want you to know that you are a star. So I just want to say that thing you've thought of, that thing you wake up and remember and it makes you smile, that vision you have is really possible. I've also had dreams and I've achieved them and I'm still achieving them one after the other. So I just want you to hold on to your dreams, don't stop dreaming, and let your star shine because you're already a star. You're just hiding. So just let your star shine. That's my message to every girl who's gonna watch this podcast.
That's very interesting. Even me as a guy, I must let my star shine. So if you have watched so far, don't forget to subscribe, like, and click the notification button so that you get notified of other interesting episodes of the Spotlight series. But I won't let you go yet.
Right?
I won't let you go yet. There's a games aspect of my Spotlight. So we are going to the second segment of my Spotlight. It's not a very difficult game. Okay. I'll just give you what you prefer between this and that.
Right.
So let's go.
Okay.
Do you prefer Coke or Pepsi? Or should I go Fanta because you're a girl? So Coke or Fanta?
Must I prefer anyone?
Yes, you have to choose one.
I have to choose one.
Yes.
If I have to choose between Coke and Fanta, I'll choose Fanta.
Fanta.
It's not because I'm a girl. Because I've seen Coke. I've seen Coke being used to clean rusted. Since that day, I don't drink Coke. When I see Coke used to clean rusted fish, I cannot take that inside my system. So I'll take Fanta. Yes.
So
I choose the lesser evil.
Do you prefer jollof rice or fried rice?
Jollof rice. Nigerian jollof rice. Party jollof rice.
I've yet to see a guest that has chosen fried rice.
We are Nigerians, we're not Ghanaians.
So jollof rice. I don't know if you're football fan, but I'll ask you. Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
This is a question that makes me quarrel with most of my guests.
Hey.
So think about it before answering it. Chelsea or Man U?
You go call retire Chelsea.
What can be Chelsea fan? We are friends. I'm a Chelsea fan.
All right.
Finally, let's go. Would you prefer Whiskey or Davido?
Davido.
That's a wrap on today's Spotlight Show Shine. Thanks for joining us on this journey to the world of books. Remember that the Spotlight is not just a moment, but a movement, inspiring us to shine our own light and share our own stories. Thank you, Lucy, for joining us. I enjoyed my time.
Same here. I had fun. Thank you.
So viewers, if you have watched so far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification button so that you'll be notified on our subsequent edition. See you next week.
Thank you.